Good evening, please. Can you hear me? Good evening.
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are joining this meeting from. My name is Mr. Clement, member of the JRB Global Ventures. The presentation is about to start, so if your team members are not yet here, I would like you to invite them right now because the presentation is about to start. So, I welcome you all to this wonderful presentation tonight. I'll be going to introduce one of our leader here that is going to take the presentation for us tonight. Her name is Miss Eunice Adejumo. Please, if you are with us, you can mute your mic, ma.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, you're welcome, ma.
Thank you, sir.
So it's over to you, ma.
Okay.
You will need to unmute yourself. Your mic is muted. Your mic is muted. Your mic is muted. You have to go and unmute yourself. Go and unmute your mic. You have to
Miss
go back to
Eunice, you need
yours.
to unmute your mic, ma.
Yes.
We can't
Go
hear
back
you.
to Zoom. Click on mute or mute. You need to unmute yourself. Or mute. Click on mute. Click on mute or mute. Or mute. Eunice, can you hear me? Click on mute so that we can hear you. Your mic is muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, loud and clear.
Yes, we can hear you.
Thank you. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so like I was saying, good evening, everyone. First of all, my name is Miss Eunice Adejumo, and I'll be handling the presentation for JR Global this evening. So I'd like to start off by introducing what JR Global is. So, JR Global is a dynamic and purpose driven enterprise committed to transforming lives and communities with a strong foundation in agriculture and food supply. We aim to address critical challenges in West Africa while developing economic growth. So, this simply tells us that at JR Global, we are not streamlined to just one source of income, right? So, we are purpose driven and we are dynamic. However, our main focus is on agriculture and food supply. And the reason for this is very obvious. And it is simply because, in in the times we are in, where almost every nation is experiencing an economic meltdown, one commodity would still always be in vogue. And that commodity is food items or agricultural supplies, basically the basic needs of every man, which is food, clothing, and shelter. And all three are gotten from raw materials that are planted. And this is something that agriculture focuses on. So at GRL Global, our main source of deriving this economic innovations or growth, this economic things is agriculture. So we are moving next to our vision. Our vision is to be a global powerhouse, driving economic prosperity and social impact by empowering individuals, communities, and businesses. So that is the vision. And we are not just focused on gathering wealth. We also want to have a long-lasting impact so that we are able to, in time to come, still own something like a legacy. And that apart, we are not just empowering ourselves, we're empowering individuals, we're empowering communities and businesses. So it's a win-win for all. Our mission is to revolutionize agricultural sector in West Africa and ensure food security and economic growth while creating sustainable livelihoods. So our plan is to do this through innovation. We plan on upping our game in agriculture. That is using up-to-date devices, up-to-date technological tools in agriculture, and to possess these things on a large scale basis. So this is going to help us to be able to achieve our goals at the end of the day. Our mission is also to invest strategically in promising ventures like trading and real estate. So we are not just focusing on agriculture. Although agriculture is our mainstay, we are still going to diversify as the time goes on. Then lastly, to uplift the less fortunate through targeted charitable initiatives, creating a positive and lasting impact on society. So when a business begins, and usually what they are thinking about is how to make profits. Of course, we can't rule out the fact that every business wants to make profits. But when the sole aim of that business is to make profits, at the end of the day, we'll find out that the people who are going to invest in such business might not be able to account for the money they invest in it. Why? Because the owners of the business are just interested in gathering people's money. So these people, at the end of the day, that is the owner of those businesses, might abscond with the money. But here in JRL Global, we are not just about making money once. We are about empowering people, empowering the society, so that they too can, through this medium, empower themselves and others. So the next slide is our core values. Empowerment. So like I said before, we seek to empower individuals and community. You know, when a rich person stays with like a lot of poor people, we cannot really say that person is rich, right? Because in no time, he's going to spend his wealth trying to fend for them. So the best way is to include everybody in the poverty alleviation scheme, right? So we are trying to see how everyone can be empowered individually, and yet the institution JRL Global is still going to move forward and build a strong legacy. Sustainability. Another thing is, we do not just want to do this thing as a one-off experience. We want it to continue to last, even in time to come, so that we are able to have a legacy that we can pass on maybe to the next generation. So one way to be able to tell if something is going to be a scam or a sham is that they're always in a haste to get people to do things, but we are not in a haste. And that's one of the reasons why we can be trustworthy. The next is integrity. So the business is honest, the business is transparent, and we are very ethical. This is the reason why you'll find at the end of this slide, our contact address. We can be contacted. We are not just an online sensation that would just come out to make people make money quickly in a haste and then go away with their money. And that is innovation. We foster creativity and embrace new ideas to drive progress. So we are not just boxed up into our own ideas. When we are able to get ideas from people, we welcome those ideas. Collaboration, we combine what we have with others and form a partnership with them. So impact, like we said, our goal is to empower the world around us. So JR team executives are not just people that are from just the West African side of the world. We have people from the Netherlands. That is, we have Gerda Bonomo, a partner from the Netherlands. We have Peter Blackwell, a partner from Texas, USA. So, and our CEO is Joseph Riches, and we also have our project manager, Mr. Olatoye Richard. Then our products and services, these things will still be further broken down, but majorly it's agriculture and food supply, like we've said earlier, investment in high potential businesses, trading, and real estate development. So I'd like us to take us back quickly to, although it's not here, maybe the scriptures, when the children of Jacob, after they had sold their brother into slavery and Joseph had become prime minister, when they were experiencing famine, the only way out for them was to go to a place where the food was present in abundance. And thank God, someone like Joseph was able to get a vision that he should, preserve food for like 7 years of famine to come. So it is no more news that food is insecure in the world at large, right? Although there are now genetically modified seeds in certain developed countries, but those things are really expensive. So the little we have, in order to preserve them, to preserve their worth, we are supposed to invest in food and agriculture. So food insecurity in Nigeria and many West African countries, as well as all over the world, is something that people have to battle with in form of maybe fugitives stealing some food items, those food items perishing before they get to the last consumer. So for agriculture and food supply, production and distribution of high quality agricultural products is our mainstay. So we also are going to be involved in agricultural businesses, development and support. So we'll provide certain things that some farmers or the people we'll be working with cannot afford by themselves. Then would also process these items after they have been planted and harvested and process them into things that can be transferred to the last consumer. The next thing we have is investment in high potential businesses. So when people come with their business ideas, whether it is in the agricultural sector or not, we welcome it as long as what they have is something that is good enough to work with. We also have low risk trading. So JR Global's innovative trading strategies developed by our team experts would deliver consistent and low risk profits. We are committed to providing cutting edge solutions for our investors. So like I've read out, we have experts working with the team. We are not just out to, gather profit, like I've said, as soon as we can. We are working with people and steadily we are trying to increase our specialization. That's why we have experts working with us. And since experts are working with us, you can be sure of low risk in trading. Then the next is real estate development and investment. Although this is yet to be actualized, we plan on venturing also into real estate. That is developing and investing in residential and commercial properties to create sustainable returns and contribute to urban development. Social impact. So, like we've said, we also want to give back to the society, and we'll do this by organizing charitable initiatives such as supporting education, healthcare, and poverty alleviation. Then we would also take part in community development programs that would involve collaborating with local organizations to create sustainable communities and improve livelihoods. So we could have programs where we visit a locality and then we provide certain food items for them, or better still, we incorporate some of the members, the youths in that society, into our organization to work for us. So they are not, they are also making money while we are able to impact their society for the better. Our products. So JR Global would participate in bell pepper production, right? We also participate in cassava production, vegetable portfolio, diverse vegetables, and real estate ventures. So why bell pepper? Bell pepper is a leading producer. JR Global is a leading producer of high quality bell peppers. We cultivate our crops using sustainable methods to ensure optimal flavor, freshness, and nutritional value. So almost every meal prepared these days cannot be prepared without bell peppers. So why not dive into that part of the business where the commodity is always in high demand? The next is cassava. Cassava can be used for almost everything these days. So even for industrial purposes like making starch, right? So not just for initial consumption. And if we are going to talk about consumption, that is food. Cassava has a lot of yields from it as a raw material. Then we also invest in various kind of vegetables, ranging from carrots to cucumbers to different kind of vegetables used in cooking. And like we said, our real estate venture, which is coming soon. So these four things are our major stay. That is bell pepper, cassava, vegetable, and real estate, as well as trading. So our agricultural and real estate venture is anchored by a substantial land holding of more than 50 acres. This initial parcel provides a strong foundation for our operations, allowing us to explore various agricultural pursuits and real estate development opportunities. So we are not just building castles in the air. We already have the plan in motion. We have 50 acres of land where we can cultivate these crops. However, we need to gather as many investors as we can to be able to pump resources into the production so that we can make it a mass and produce a large quantity. Recognizing the potential for growth and expansion, we have strategic plans in place to also acquire additional land in prime locations. This proactive approach will enable us to capitalize on future market trends, increase our land holdings, and pursue larger scale projects. By strategically expanding our land base, we aim to enhance the long-term sustainability and profitability of our venture. So we are not just settling for 50 acres. We intend to expand beyond this. So the door is open for venture. Our venture packages are three things. So with our carefully crafted venture packages, JR Global empowers our stakeholders to achieve financial success. So we have LRT1. Our LRT package offers you the chance to grow your stake of $100 to $999 by up to 50% to 100% in only 6 months. So your capital and profits can be withdrawn after 6 months. Then LRT2. Our LRT2 package offers maximum flexibility. So the stake is $1,000 or more, and potentially you earn up to 50% to 100% profit in 6 months, while also enjoying the option of monthly withdrawal of 16% of your initial capital. So this is actually more enticing than LRT1. Then we have our agro packages. Our agro package offers risk-free venture opportunities with a minimum deposit of $100. You are guaranteed the return of your capital and substantial profit of 35% in 12 months. So almost everybody can participate in this. You don't have to own a lot. You don't have to invest too much. Your little would go a long way. However, we don't just want it to be, to be boxed into a certain group. We want the tentacles of our venture to spread across nations so that we are able to get, even though little, many investments as possible and to also achieve our goals. So the next thing is we have bonuses. There are two types of bonuses available to our stakeholders. We have the welcome bonus and the referral bonus. There shall be a 5% welcome bonus given to any stakeholder that is new in form of agricultural products when you choose the agricultural package. So on joining the team, we would give you certain agricultural products from our farms. For example, staple foods like rice, something you can prepare at home. Then referral bonus. For everyone you bring into this program, you will also receive a 5% bonus in form of our agricultural products. So in case you are looking for a place to invest in your little $100 or $1,000, this is a great venture. This is an opportunity for you to make money perpetually, right? So you know that every 6 months you are going to have the benefit of, gathering a lot of profits, and you can also gain certain agricultural packages. Then our incentive. So we have great news. We've partnered with a lender or loan company to offer financing options for our packages. This means you can start your journey even if you don't have the full upfront cost. We will assist you with the loan process, but terms and conditions apply. So for those who want to participate but do not have enough to start, we would also assist with loans, right? Now, like I said earlier, we are very credible. And one reason why we are credible is because you can contact us. If you visit this website, you'll find more things about us. We are also physically available at B4229 Glory Complex, second floor, Nobex, Ikotun Road, Lagos, Nigeria. And then these phone numbers, when you dial them, people respond to the calls. So, as I have been saying since, this is a business venture and we need your investment. And the truth of the matter is, no business goes without a risk, right? For everything, one has to take a risk. However, to be able to be sure that what you are doing is going to yield the best income, you ought to have counted the cost. You ought to have sat down to strategically analyze what you stand to gain or lose by joining or not joining. And I've been able to clearly deduce that, agriculture is one venture that can never go out of demand. This is because many of the raw materials we use in our day-to-day lives, I'm speaking of feeding, I'm speaking of clothing, I'm speaking of shelter, are derived from agricultural produce. And since we are going to be focusing on producing very common and very common staple foods and also vegetables that are in high demand, for example, cassava, for example, vegetables, right? These are reasons why you can trust our venture. And not just that, we also seek to promote people who join the business, and we have the incentive of a loan available. So, thank you for listening to our presentation today. We hope that we've been able to speak to you on reasons why you should join JR Global Company. Thank you. I'm done.
Thank you. Thank you. God bless you for it. That was a wonderful presentation. I don't know, before I hand over to our leader, Joseph Riches, I don't know if anybody has any question to ask. Please, if you have any question to ask, you can unmute your mic now and ask before I hand over to our great leader, Joseph Riches. If you have any question, you can unmute your mic. All right, in the absence of none, there's always a saying that you should start now, start from somewhere. All it takes is to what is to start. So if you are under this presentation tonight, I would like you to take a step. A journey of 1,000 miles starts from a step. So start now so that you won't be left out at the long run. So that will be all for tonight. I thank you, every one of you that have joined this wonderful presentation tonight. And those of you that are here, please share this presentation out to the others that are not here. Let them know that they are missing a lot. They are missing a lot. And you that are here and you have not yet taken a step, this is the right time for you to take a step. It is a risk not to take a risk. We all know that businesses are risky, but it is a risk when you see a great opportunity and you didn't take it. So it is also a risk. So that will be all for tonight. Thank you all.